Yo, what's good, team? It's your boy Vade, aka Pro Benchwarmer, and I'm bringing you RBL Season 4, Week 5. We have New York Kecleons versus Dorkman75 and the San Diego Charizards. And on paper, this team is threatening as hell. His team consists of Mega Alakazam, Terrakion, Weavile, Mandibuzz, Milotic, Rodamo, Aromatisse, Vileplume, Magmortar, Claydol, Licklicky, and Nidoking. And just looking at my team in general, my entire team of 12 drops to Life Orb, Weavile plus Nidoking, Sheer Force Nidoking, and I needed to be able to prep for both of those mons while still handling the rest of his team, and that was a very big struggle. So I ended up not bringing certain moves for certain Pokemon, just, not prepping for the entire team, which is totally out of my element because I want to be able to be prepared for anything that I can come up against, and this week we totally wasn't. So the mons that we did not prep for was things like Magmortar, things like Licklicky, and Claydol, and also Aromatisse. We don't have any coverage moves that hit them super effectively. Well, we do for Magmortar, but there's a whole bunch of random sets that I was thinking about that threatened me like crazy. So I'm gonna go into my team. And actually, you know what? Before that, you see on my team, we got 2 new mons on the team. Let's explain that. We traded Tornadus Therian for Thundurus Incarnate. So what we lost is the fastest mon on our team, a pretty solid, bulky, flying type. And what we gained was the fastest mon on our team, a pretty solid, offensive, electric type. With Prankster, Taunt, Prankster T-Wave, also gets Prankster Setup and Agility and Nasty Plot, and has a really good move pool, and just it fits the team a lot better in my opinion. It gives me good speed control, it gives me good offense, gives me a speedy electric type. As you've seen in the last match, if you haven't watched that, please go watch that. We had to run a max speed, essentially max speed Electros, and it was still getting out. It didn't get outsped by mons in that matchup, but it did still get outsped by things when we were test battling. So it's something that I needed to look into, get a fast special attacker. So I grabbed a fast special attacker that fits the team a lot better in my opinion, since I know how to use it a lot better. So with that being said, Electros lost all its value on the team, so we dropped Electros and picked up Delphox, getting another fast special attacker, this time a fast fire type to the team to fit a Firewater Grass Core. That's not what I was aiming for. I was just fast hard hitting special attacker, but this plus Virizion and things like Omastar and Tentacruel form a pretty good pairing on the team. Pretty cool. I like how my team is fitting together now. We have a lot more speed in this sense, so we don't have to prep like crazy bulky in order to take on teams who can kind of go on the offensive route. So that's what we try to do here. So I'm gonna explain my team from left to right. First one you see is Spiritomb. Spiritomb is especially defensive, 252 HP, 180 special defense sassy with 76 in physical attack with Sucker Punch, Icy Wind, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split. Now Will-O-Wisp and Pain Split simply just to wisp things on the switch in. Icy Wind to get speed control, also slow down and actually hit Nidoking for super effective damage. It isn't much, but it's something because I can take Sludge Waves. Max special attack, Sheer Force, Life Orb, Sludge Waves from Nidoking. It's a 3-hit KO. So just to slow it down and then switch into another one if it is Life Orb, so on and so forth. The 76 in physical attack is to be able to clean Oko Mega Alakazam if it's in my make the roll more in my favor. I've had sucker punches from full happen where the opposing psychic type lives on 2 HP and end up blowing me back. So I wanted to put that more in my favor rather than with 76 it changes the roll to be from 50 something to from a 50-50 to 83% chance to Oko from full type of shit. So that's my set. It's also running Infiltrator, so he cannot set a sub. I think he's safe behind the sub Alakazam. So that was my set there. The next mon is Rocky Helmet, physically defensive mill tank. This is my Weavile counter. Actually, as I was prepping and building, I noticed that I didn't need max physical defense, so I did enough to take on Weavile, which is I think 144 physical defense, impish nature, to take on Life Orb Weavile. I'm rocking thick fat. That's enough. It's enough physical attack so that low kick is a roll to be a 2-hit KO. And what else do I? Oh, the rest is special attack, so I can take a special, I can take a psychic from Mega Alakazam from full. That's pretty much the investment there. Then I'm running Body Slam, Stealth Rocks, Milk Drink, and Heal Bell. Just the standard Miltech set. Got Rocky Helmet so that Weavile takes damage from rocks, plus Life Orb, plus Rocky Helmet for going for knockoff, or Ice Punch if you ran Ice Punch, or low kick and stuff like that. So I thought that was a pretty good play, pretty good prep there. Next mon we have is Choice Scarf Delphox, just to be able to outspeed potential Choice Scarf Nidoking, Choice Scarf Rotom, Choice Scarf Terrakion, I believe. No, we don't outspeed Choice Scarf Terrakion, but just Choice Scarf 4 moves. We're running Psychic, Fire Blast, Dazzling Gleam, and Shadow Ball. I believe Shadow Ball to hit Mega Alakazam, and then the rest of the moves to hit the rest of his team. Extremely walled by especially defensive Licklicky, which is ridiculous. But I just brought it because I felt like I might need a Scarfer. And also with the Scarf, I force Weavile to click Ice Shard if he's trying to get some damage off, and he drops to a Fire Blast, or Dazzling Gleam if he's low enough, so that if I don't want to risk the miss. The next mon is Max Special Attack, Max Speed, Timid Nature, Sub Nasty Plot, Thunderous, just the standard Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, just Bolt Beam, good coverage across the entire team. Everything gets two-shotted or one-shotted by Nasty Plot. Thunderous sub is so that I do not die to Ice Shard from Weavile, plus any other move from any priority he has on his team, or any other move. Another mon has to take a crazy hit to take my sub out or take Thunderous down. So that was the set there. The next mon we have is Sub SD Select Garchomp with Stone Edge and Earthquake. I was gonna run Dragon Claw, but Earthquake puts out a lot more damage than Dragon Claw in this set. Against my opponent. It also gives me a super effective move to hit things like Terrakion. Also gives me a super effective move to hit things like Magmortar, and yeah, just damage output that I was getting at +2 Earthquakes were crazy better than +2 Dragon Claws. So the last mon I have is a Scrafty. Now this Scrafty is max HP, 164 physical attack, 92 special defense, careful nature, intimidate with the leftovers. Yeah, with leftovers. This is my secondary Weavile answer, just with intimidate, but it has enough Spadef so that I can predict the switch into Nidoking, predicting like a knockoff or Drain Punch or whatever it does. Like Nidoking can take those and probably threaten me out if I'm a physically offensive variant, and I have knockoff, Drain Punch, Toxic, and then Amnesia. So I can take on Nidoking and just knock it off, and then probably just keep knocking it off until I die, so I can keep Nidoking weak and threaten any switch-ins. Lose to Terrakion anyway, but that's the team. We're gonna get into the battle. So looking at my opponent's team at team preview, I thought his team, he'd either lead Weavile against me, since my team is still very, very weak to Weavile. So either Weavile, Terrakion to go the offensive route, or I thought that was Screen's Aromatisse as a lead. So I was like, okay, let me lead Delphox, just so if he is Aromatisse, I can hit it for big damage, as I do resist Moonblast, or it would set up a screen and then I go into something else. But that was my planning. So I'm gonna put this on normal, and I'll be pausing to explain my plays. So he does lead Aromatisse. I lead Delphox. It was my best lead predicting what type of switches he has. And I go into Thundurus here. Now I'm gonna explain this because it seemed dumb in the match, but my thought process was, I think this might be screens Aromatisse and you probably go for Wish first turn, or it's probably just standard Wish Protect, Aromatherapy, Moonblast, and he probably go for Wish first turn just to scout what Delphox would do, which would be a good play. Delphox is not 2-hit KO this thing. So I predicted that, or he'd probably go for Protect, or he'd probably go for Wish, and I get Thundurus in for free, and I can either Nasty Plot or sub on this thing. So I get Thundurus in for free, he does Protect, and then I go for a sub here, predicting him maybe to switch, maybe if it's physically defensive. I was doing the calcs. If it's physically defensive, if he hits me with a Moonblast and I go for Nasty Plot, he goes down after two Thunderbolts. So I was like, I'm gonna just go for sub, maybe he'll switch out. He's fucking over predicting like I usually do, like a scrub. So I go for sub, he goes for Moonblast, it breaks the sub. So I just get off a Thunderbolt here just to predict, just to see what type of damage I'm doing, and it does nothing. This is especially defensive Aromatisse, and I'm already like, I'm dead to the next Moonblast here. Moonblast is doing what, a clean 48%. It's damn near 2-hit KOing me. Like, if it wasn't for the lefties, I'd be dead pretty much. So I'm like, I cannot risk my win con here, so I switch out and I switch back into Delphox. But seeing that this is especially defensive, I was like, yeah, this might fuck me up if it gets into my mind, gets into my head. So I go for Fire Blast here just to get some damage off. He does protect the scout. I go for Fire Blast. He takes no damage clearly, as he's getting on these lefties. I go for Fire Blast. Does a clean 36%, just pretty much nothing, and he gets a Wish up. And I go into Miltank here. I'm not predicting any switches or anything. I just knew he would probably protect, and I could probably get my rocks up here, as he does switch into Mandibuzz, which was a good play. Now I'm gonna just talk over these turns here, just because I'll explain what I'm trying to do. He has Toxic Foul Play, and he pops my he gets to see that I'm Rocky Helmet, and with the Body Slam I see that he's Rocky Helmet as well. So what I'm trying to do here is get Mandibuzz low and get rocks up so I can get a free switch into Thundurus. So that's the entire play. You see like these, you know, me going for Milk Drink, me going for Heal Bell, trying to get Mandibuzz low, just to trying to see what he's gonna try to do against the wall that is Miltank. But I have to keep Miltank healthy enough to still handle Weavile. He has not brought Weavile in yet, and this is my answer to Weavile, my primary answer to Weavile. So I got rocks up, and he immediately defaults the next turn after the rocks get up, showing me that he for sure 100% does not want me to get any type of rocks on his side. Well, no team wants rocks on their side, but when Miltank was that low, and I was letting it get low just to see what he prioritized, either Miltank dropping or rocks on his side, getting rocks off his side. So I go for Body Slam here. I believe this is where I get the para, and he gets the Toxic off, and now, you know, I'm just praying for Power Hacks. It makes it a little bit easier for me, but I do need rocks on his side, and then I need to pivot out. So he goes for Toxic here. I think I'm gonna go for the Heal Bell again, or no, I go for the Heal Bell here. I think he double Toxics, or did he already do that? No, he gets the full power here. As here I just go for my rocks. I think he goes for Toxic, just simple play. And I think I just Milk Drink here. Oh no, I switch out. Yeah, I switch out into Thundurus, predicting the defog, and now Thundurus is in for free. That was what I was trying to do. So now that Thundurus is in for free, I get up a sub clean. Clean as hell. And as the Aromatisse comes in, clearly Aromatisse is a especially defensive wall. So I go for Nasty Plot here, as he would have to break the sub. And now I know I can kill this thing. He goes for Wish, and I think he might have thought that this might have been a roll. And because Thunderbolt drops him, I think it might have been a roll. I did not check the calcs during the match. I was just kind of confident, just praying. And even if he did hit me, because he did not protect, if he did protect, I hit it, and then I just keep hammering down the Aromatisse. Had he break the sub, then whatever, like I at that point I was like, I'm dropping Aromatisse, and if I don't drop Aromatisse, I drop it on the next turn. So me still behind the sub with a nasty plot up with lefties. I'm looking good here as he goes into Nidoking here, and the way he switched in Nidoking, I was like, okay, he didn't go Weavile. Weavile is big, like Weavile must be his win con. Nidoking comes in, is either Scarfed and it's gonna hit me with like Ice Beam or something like that, or it's Life Orb and has Sucker Punch just to break the sub, as he does reveal the Sucker Punch, and +2 HP Ice just blows this thing back, which is amazing. Then he does switch into his Weavile, and I'm like, I dropped the Ice Shard from here, so I do not want to switch in. I mean, I do not want to stay in, so I go into Scrafty just to try to take the Ice Shard. He goes for Knockoff, which is a really good play, but I 4 times resist it, which is fine by me losing the leftovers. I go for Toxic here, predicting, not really predicting anything. I thought it was a safe play. I know Weavile's not staying in, just anything getting toxic damage would have been nice. But I knock off the Rocky Helmet here because I didn't want to switch anything into Toxic. So I go into Miltank here, who's already Toxic, so that if he does go for Toxic, I can just Heal Bell and Milk Drink on it. So I Heal Bell here as I believe he goes for Toxic. No, he gets for full power. He's been getting full powers, and the full powers start to get in his head. So I get Rocks up again. He goes for Toxic. I think here I just go for Milk Drink. Yes, he goes for Toxic again, predicting me to Heal Bell because that's what I've been prioritizing here. So as I go for Heal Bell here, and I believe he gets a full power. And yeah, he gets a full power. So sorry about that. The hacks are crazy. As I go into Garchomp pretty much for free here. If I get Toxic, it's fine. It just means I can't set up a sub. So I just fire off Stone Edges. That was my play. That's what I should have done. I missed the first one, but I landed the next one, and it does like 42%. If I remember, yeah, 42%. Yeah, so that's a 2-hit KO from that range. He can't roost off the damage because I outspeed it. The second Stone Edge hits, crit just to rub salt in the wound, and Mandibuzz is down. As Garchomp is taking really big toxic damage, but it's alright because he goes for wait. He goes for Stone Edge here. I guess he was predicting me to go into Thundurus. I don't really understand that play there. Even if I went into Scrafty, like I didn't know why he went for a Stone Edge. Maybe he was making a prediction. I'm not sure, but it does not drop me from this range. And as I resist it, it pops my Slack Berry, which is pointless, and I just go for the Earthquake here and just drop this thing out of the sky. Well, off the ground. I drop, and now he's down 4 mons and I have 5, and that was ridiculous to me in the game. I was like, how am I still almost with a full team? Like, I just lost the mon. It's turn 37. Like, that's crazy. As he switches into Mega Alakazam, I switch into my Miltank simply because of his last 2 mons. Miltank handles them fairly well. I did say, I have enough special defense to take 1 hit from Mega Alakazam anyway, and Weavile cannot touch my Miltank anyway. So that was my play. So I switch into Miltank here. He Mega Evolves, and I go for Body Slam here just to prevent the sub. Even though I know I can play around the sub, I just wanted to prevent it. So he goes for the Psychic here, does not kill us, as we go for a Body Slam again, and we get the Para here. He predicts us very, very well. We switch into Spiritomb just because we know we can take a hit, and he goes for Dazzling Gleam, and we live it with our special defense investment. And then here we can just go for a free Sucker Punch and drop this thing off out of the field, and now it's 5 against 1 as he switches into his Mandibuzz, his Weavile, because this is the last mon, and I go into Scrafty as he goes for the Icicle Crash doing a clean 31%, and he goes for the next one here as I get off a Drain Punch and end the game. I win 5-0, and I have something to say here. I asked Dork after the match, like, what was his Weavile set, and to be honest, he still had the game at this point had he been Life Orb, but he said he was Scarfed. I forget why he said he was Scarfed, but had he been Life Orb, here. And how much does Ice Crush does? I forgot the roll. I think it does 40 to Weavile. I mean to Scrafty. Had he got the flinches, 2 flinches would have killed a flinch, and then the next one should have killed me, I believe, or just 2 flinches would have killed me. Knockoff would have killed Delphox. From the range that Miltank is in, low kick would have killed that. Ice Shard would have picked off the last 2 months. Like, that's how crazy weak I was to Weavile, but it was all saved because Weavile was scarfed, and then my Delphox was scarfed. So had that actually happened and he dropped my my Scrafty, I would have went into Delphox and just click Fire Blast, or from the range it was click Dazzling Gleam and win the game there 4-0. But had he been Life Orb, we would have been still fucked. So that's the match. I'm gonna leave it there. Next match we have is against Zach, my former assistant coach. So let's see how that goes. I'm gonna take a seat. Peace.